Collaboration. The team collaboration is essential all the time. At a time when many work from home offices or remotely, team collaboration becomes crucial. In this video, I want to tell and show how the distributed team collaborate while working on the book translation. This is not a book promotion video, but this book completely changed my working attitude. It has opened my eyes to things I never noticed before. All the text or voice messages in this video were taken from the WhatsApp original conversations without any modification. Paul Akers released his new book Spanish Sloppiness based on his lean life experience and deep understanding of Japanese working culture. Alex offered his help to translate it from English to Russian. This video will explain how Paul and Alex and few other team members like Mami Takeda, wonderful co-leader on Japan study mission, and Tammy Simpson, incredible graphic designer at FastCap, collaborate to achieve exceptional results in such a short time. Now, let's take a look at the team member location. Alex's office is on the Pacific West Coast in the Pacific Standard Time Zone. Paul is the same time zone as Alex, but he travels a lot. He has to communicate from any location. Mami-san is in the Japan Standard Time Zone. And the last team member, Jane, is in the Pacific Time Zone, but different location. Let's talk for a moment about the tools this distributed team will use to achieve their goal. First, the team uses the WhatsApp application as the communication application. Why? Well, it's free and everyone has it installed and used it for some time already. Alex will use the Apple Pages to compile the book together as it's a free and he already has it installed. Do those tools completely fulfill everyone's needs? At this moment, yes, and nobody will look further in the future. You asking why? Well, because everyone focused on the value, which is the book translation, but not fancy tools. Alex thinks, what the best way to translate the book like Spanish Sloppiness, which is full of link embedded into the text, images anchored to the related text, images have the captions, it has to be translated and attached to the appropriate image, different text for each chapter, and different QR codes and link for each chapter. The best way to think about it is from the customer's value perspective. What would be the value for Paul in this translation? Paul wants to share this book with Russian readers to tell them about his life experience and help them with their struggles. Providing the Russian translation in plain text will not do any good for Paul. He doesn't know Russian to format and allocate all images, captions, and link in the right places. So the best way to bring the value to Paul is to translate the book and provide it in the same format as the English version. It minimizes the Paul and other team members' effort and time to release the book, bringing Paul's Russian readers to value faster. Alex and Paul haven't talked about the Russian version book format yet. As we remember, Alex made the book format decision based on what is available for Paul. Alex finished a few chapters and sent it in a PDF format to Paul for review using WhatsApp application. Why PDF, but not pages? Remember, Alex valued Paul's time and wants to provide him with a book format which can be opened by almost any application.
Alex, I am completely and totally blown away. It looks fantastic, perfect. Don't worry about things not being exactly the way the English was. We understand that. It's unbelievable. How much is done now? Everything?
Paul checked the format and responded with the voice answer in no time. Also, he asked how much was done. Before providing Paul with the answer, Alex used the burn down technique to estimate the remaining work. I will talk about it in detail in the end of this video. The 5 chapters are done and the remaining translation takes 18 days. During the translation, Alex wants to clarify some sentences from the book to provide a better translation. He used the WhatsApp application to send his questions. Paul replied by voice in no time.
Yes, Alex, it's productivity. It's not the amount, it's how efficiently they grow it.
Alex noticed that Japanese word pronunciation in English sounds not the same way in Russian. To make the translated version even better, Alex came up with an idea to inject the Japanese words into the text, and the reader can translate them themselves. He sent this idea to Paul using WhatsApp application group chat. Again, Paul used his lean mindset, and because he valued Alex's time, replies in no time.
Alex, you're just so amazing that you're doing this, and I love that you're doing what you're doing. Yes, Mommy-san will help you with those details. Thank you.
The next step was to ask Mommy-san about the proper spelling of 21 Japanese words. How to minimize her effort. Alex translated and put all 21 words and their translation in a single table and sent it to Mommy-san. She corrected only 3 words instead of translating all 21. Alex translated all chapters and sent them to the designer Jane. Jane asked Alex to provide the book in InDesign format. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that no one discussed any specific tools or formats. Unfortunately, Alex doesn't have the tool and can't fulfill the request, but he provided an alternative solution. The format proposed by Alex worked for Jane.
Alex, what do you think about translating the cover page as well? Can you do that? And I don't mind if you put on the thing translated by Alex. I have no problem you putting anything like that, or doing any little intro by you saying, hey, I'm Alex. I know Paul. I went to Japan with him. I raised in Kazakhstan, and I wanted to translate this book as a way of paying it forward to all my Russian-speaking comrades, or whatever you want. You don't have to do that, but I have no problem. And then putting a picture of yourself. No problem with any of that. But I would like the cover done too, if it's possible. You're just so awesome that you did that.
So Paul asked Alex for an additional requirement and foreword, but Paul gave Alex a choice. Alex translated the cover page, but what about the forewords? Would it be valuable for Paul, the book, and the readers? Alex was part of the Paul Lean Group 12, and he has some good stuff to say. And since then, he is a big fan of Lean. Why not to share his experience with the others? Alex wrote the foreword in English and sent it to Paul for approval. Now you guys can pause and read it.
Hey, I just read what you wrote. It's phenomenal. You're so incredible, Alex. So put that in there, but I also want you to sign, put your name, and I want a picture of you. I want a headshot. I want people to know who you are, okay?
Again, Paul returned back with the approval in no time. He always valued time of the others. Alex translated the cover page and the forewords and sent it to Paul.
Wow, Alex, you did a fantastic job. I love the pictures you chose. Everything's perfect. Fantastic. I'm going to forward it on to Kazakhstan. Lori, let's get this uploaded and get everything in position. And then Jamie, when we do launch the book, we want to make sure that we have the links for the Russian translation, the Japanese translation, the English translation in the initial email blast.
Paul approved the final version with the forewords from the translator and images, and in the same message, he asked other team members to proceed further. Paul didn't waste time sending separate messages or emails, etc. He was very concise and straightforward. Always try to improve by eliminating waste, even if it's barely noticeable, to bring the value to the customer faster. While testing the links in the Russian version, Alex realized the only part of the link is clickable. He fixed it in the Russian version right away, but also mentioned into the team to fix it in English version as well. He put together self-explainable image and recorded the explanation of findings. Remember, always try to minimize an effort and save time of others. And send it to the team.
Hey guys, one thing I noticed in the English version, and I would like to share it. So at the end of each chapter, on the black section, you have a link to the resources. In English version, it's only the URL is clickable. In the Russian version, I made the whole thing clickable. So the reason why I did it, because I would like to remove the extra motion for the reader, so that will let the reader to click anywhere on that text and get to the sources as soon as possible. So I try kind of eliminate the waste, but let me know if you prefer only the URL to make clickable. And I attach the image to illustrate what I mean.
Jamie responded in no time.
That's fantastic, Alex, knowing that as you as a reader would prefer just being able to click in one spot instead of having to find it. I think I might actually make that change in our version for the English version of Banish Sloppiness. So we'll make it so that how you have it set up in the Russian version. So that is fantastic.
And the problem was fixed in both versions right away.
Alex, in my opinion, you're absolutely right. It should not be that detailed. You should just be able to click in the vicinity. I agree completely.
While testing the Russian version, Alex found the defect. He provided the defect description and place where to find it. But to minimize waste, the search in foreign language, he attached the image with the page number and missing link highlighted. James replied, "I will make a fix right away." Paul is extremely busy man, but he always finds the time to thank you for work other people did. This is the true leader behavior.
Wonderful, Alex. Alex, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And now it's a time for the retrospective, or to remind ourselves what we learned. Work for your customer value. Tool is not important, customer value is. Try to minimize your coworker effort. Problem is an opportunity for the solution. Don't waste your or other people's time. Eliminating waste, even if it's barely noticeable. Fix a problem right away. Offer an alternative solution when you can't give what you asked. And now it's a bonus time. It is essential to tell your client when you can finish the whole thing. I don't want to give my estimation based on the wishful thinking. Let me tell you what I did. First, how I did work on chapter 12. I did 3 hours before bed to translate and align, and the next morning, while I was on the bus, I read the translation and corrected. But I found it requires the third reading to catch the little things I missed from the first 2 times. It took me 2 days to finish one chapter. Chapter 12 is 8 pages. Now I split the rest of the book by a group of chapters equally by effort I put on the chapter 12. It's only 69 pages left. Now I divided the left pages by 8 pages and multiplied by 2 days. This is how I knew I need 18 days to finish the book. This estimation was calculated based on the real-time experience, not the wishful thinking.